To close out this series, I'd like to address two general questions that are probably on everyone's mind. I never used what I jokingly called the C word anywhere in my book. Not that it wouldn't have been appropriate. The plain dictionary definition of cult is a religion regarded as unorthodox or spurious. By that positional definition, Christianity would have been properly termed a cult of Judaism in the first century, and there's no reason why Mormonism wouldn't fit the definition for the same reason. But of course, people don't use dictionaries to define words anymore, so most people define cult more as this kind of thing. If you're dealing with people who don't respect dictionaries and objective fact, you may find it's best to avoid the C word, even if it happens to be technically correct. A word of caution is in order before we make any sort of judgment about any individual's salvation. In this series, we've listed a number of theological unorthodoxies associated with Mormonism. But I've also found each and every one of these present among people who are part of mainstream Christendom, even within the most conservative sort of congregations you can imagine. It's an unfortunate fact that ignorance of theology is fairly widespread. But what you might call a positive aspect of that is that as much as I was liable to find these beliefs among members of mainstream Christian churches, you're just as liable to find these beliefs among mainstream Mormons. How do you know? Well, you have to ask. And in the end, the less obvious the theological offense is, the more it will likely be the case that only God can decide how much and what sort of theological orthodoxy will keep you out of his eternal kingdom. I'll be taking a bit of time now to update the ebook I wrote with Nick Peters titled Defining Inerrancy. Then we'll have a couple of vids about that update before we conclude our drive to 1,000. See you soon.